FIFA 22 requires a different approach to score goals. When you start playing, you notice right away that it's much harder and the old tricks don't work as well anymore. But this is what we're here for. I'm Benjamin, also known as Finesse, and in this video I'm going to present you the new attacking meta and give you a rundown of the most effective techniques to score in FIFA 22. I think you already heard a lot of talking about the insane finesse shots. And then you see in streams and videos the likes of Messi and Ronaldo banging them in, and you wonder if this is actually possible with normal players. As you can see with the examples running in the background, it is. But don't expect every finesse to just go straight in. The goalkeeper will also pull off some saves and you will miss the goal sometimes. But as long as there is no patch which nerfs the long-range finesse shots or improves the goalkeeper's reaction to them, they are most definitely a viable tool this year, and we will give you some first tips on how to increase your success rate. The first step is the position and situation. You don't want to be straight in front of the goal, but have a slight angle on it. You should also be facing a direction which is beyond the goal, meaning if you draw a straight line, it's not on goal. In the best case, you don't have an opponent's defender close in front of you because he can block the shot. Now our target is to finesse it in with the inner foot into the far corner. I marked the best areas here at which it works the best. So when you're on the left side of the goal, you shoot with the right foot into the right corner. Vice versa on the other side. When you're on the edge of the box, I recommend slightly above 2 bars. Up to 3 bars when you're further away from the goal, but then it will be more challenging to score. Doing it with a player with high attributes in long shots, shot power and curve helps. Also the finesse shot trait is a big plus. Shooting it with the strong foot of the player is also preferable. Using the weak foot increases the variance of the shot unless the player has a 5-star weak foot. But don't shy away from a good situation just because it's on the weaker foot of a player with only 3 or 4 stars. Here I was able to finesse it with Gerson. That guy has 64 shooting as a face stat, is left-footed and only has a 2-star weak foot. And still, I scored this finesse with the right foot. Actually insane. Using time finishing was a big contributing factor in this one. It's not a must, but we recommend doing it when you're in a more of an ambitious situation to shoot from. To do time finishing, you have to press the shooting button for a second time when your player is about to make contact with the ball when shooting it. If you time it perfectly, your shot has more power and higher accuracy, and it's shown with a green highlight around the player indicator. It's definitely worth training the timing for various shots, as time finishing also helps in other situations as well. As the next tip, we want to present you a totally different approach. Instead of shooting from 25 yards away, we want to focus on how we can actually score inside the box. Right now at the beginning of FIFA 22, it can be really frustrating to finish inside the box. Usually the opponent's defense is very tight and the defenders close down the space, which leads to a lot of blocks. But even if you're able to get a shot on goal, there is a decent chance that the goalkeeper just pulls off a miracle save. That's why a shift from your perspective is recommended or maybe even necessary. In the last couple of FIFAs, you were more inclined to get a shot off as soon as you got into a dangerous spot inside the box. This year in those situations, you should put more focus on getting your teammates involved. Play more short passes inside the box to not only create the perfect opening, but also make it hard for the goalkeeper to cover all the angles. When you are able to play a horizontal ball inside the box to a teammate, the goalkeeper has to reposition to cover the goal. If you're fast enough, this is basically impossible. In this situation, I could have tried to go for the finish with Son itself, but instead I recognized that I have a man's advantage. I passed it once, which could have already been a very decent position to shoot from. Still, there was a slight risk of getting it blocked or the goalkeeper saving it, so I went for another pass to have the ultimate scoring opportunity. So this year it's really rewarding to have a good overview and be composed, especially inside the box. Another way of benefiting from a good overview are lobbed through balls, which can be an excellent tool to break down the opponent's defense. The key for playing those is having an eye for your teammates. When you see a teammate who is doing a run, which you might have also initiated with L1 or LB, pay attention to it and see whether he is about to penetrate the defensive line. The reaction of the defense to it is a key factor. Do they pick up the run, or are they already moving backwards with him, or haven't they realized the threat yet? When you see how your player is about to overtake the defenders with a pace advantage, you can play a lob through ball. You play it with L1 plus triangle or LB plus Y. Because of the pace advantage, your player will get to the ball before the opponent. The through ball passing assistance is set to semi when you play online this year, so make sure to aim in the proper direction to your teammate that you want to play to and also adjust the power of the situation. The cool thing about the lob through ball this year is you can not only make them work over long distances when you want to play a really deep ball behind the defensive line. These are passes which you have seen for several years already, but this year you can also play them on rather short distances quite effectively as well. Then it's just a small lob above the defender, and if you pick the right situation, this is more or less indefensible. As I explained before, the key success factors are spotting the run of your teammate and the defenders who don't recognize it. This does give you the opportunity to find a totally open man inside the box and to score a beautiful goal. You know who could help you to learn how to score beautiful goals like that? Your personal private coach. We offer coaching for every skill level, and our elite, top 200 or pro player coaches will help you to accomplish your goals in FIFA. Our data-driven coaching and in-depth analysis of your game will help you to eliminate those weaknesses which hold you back and enforce your strength. Especially at the start of the season, this can help you to get the most out of your potential and get you on the right track right away. If this sounds interesting to you, check out our coaching website by clicking the icon in the top corner or find the link in the video description. The driven pass isn't something new to FIFA, but this year it has a comeback. You are able to play the driven pass in a lot of different situations, and it will connect to your teammates with a much higher success rate. One of the reasons why it's as good this year is the fact that you're able to play this kind of pass even when your teammate is doing a run. In the last few years, he would have struggled to control it, but this year there's a much higher chance that he knows how to handle this kind of pass and control it. The input for this kind of pass is quite easy. All you have to do is press the R1 or RB button as a modifier for your normal pass. The result is a pass which is played with more power and decisiveness. Sometimes it's harder to control for the receiver, but the benefit is a very straight pass which is more difficult to intercept as long as you play the pass when your teammate is unmarked. It allows you to take advantage when you see an open teammate in a good situation, for example at the edge of the box or inside. With a driven pass you have a very direct way to get the ball to him. This is the key value for this kind of pass. There are typically two major situations at which you can make use of the driven pass. One is using it to play vertically. For example, you're in the midfield and you eye a promising situation up front. When you spot an unmarked teammate, you can quickly get the ball to him with a driven pass. As explained before, even when your player is doing a run, there's a good chance that you can get the ball to him with a driven pass, which the opponent can't really intercept. So it's a really powerful tool to get much more speed in your attack, and you take advantage of the openings in the opponent's defensive line as soon as you see them. The second way of using the driven pass is horizontally, which was already quite common in the last couple of years. When you enter the box on the wing, it's an extremely powerful way to get the ball to your attacker in the center who won't have a hard time scoring from there. It's very tough to defend for the opponent since you can vary your timing of the pass. Just wait until you see a small opening for your attacker and then bang it to him. And on top of that, there's also the danger of you just going through on goal for yourself. So the driven pass is a great way to finish off your attacks when you break through on the wing. Another way of finishing your attack in FIFA 22 when you're through on the wing are crosses. Yes, they are back and actually quite strong right now. Once again, having a good overview on the pitch pays off. When you spot a teammate in the center who's getting inside the box or is rather unmarked, crossing the ball is a great way of getting the ball to him. As you will notice, the defenders have a hard time to keep proper positioning, and sometimes you can actually control the ball before you shoot on goal instead of just going for the header. From our experience, either a normal cross, which you play with a square or X button, or a driven cross, for which you have to use the R1 or RB button as a modifier, are the best crosses in the game. The driven cross is played with more power, but also less height. It's easier to intercept, but is a good choice when you see a direct way to get the ball to your teammate. But I can also imagine that with some more experience in the game, we also find out that other crossing variants work quite well in other specific situations. When you try to play a cross, you should not only try to spot an attacker in the center, but you should also try to get enough space to play a clear cross, meaning there is no defender right in front of you to block it. The closer the opponent's defender, the less accurate it will be. In this situation, I created some space by going for the feint forward and turn skill move and then cancelling it in the middle of the animation by pressing L2 plus R2 or LT plus RT. As you can see, the opponent thought I would turn around. This gave me some distance to the opponent and I was able to play a nice cross inside the box with a higher chance of scoring from it. No matter if you like to play crosses, driven passes, lob through balls, or you go for some tiki-taka in the opponent's box, I think it's clear that you benefit quite a lot from having a good overview this year. Spotting your teammates, understanding their movement and run, as well as the opponent's defenders, helps you to create the biggest chances this year. The aim of this video was to provide you the right tools for it. For all of these techniques, there's also a lesson with an in-depth video in our brand new The Guide Plus app. So if you're interested in learning more about this, now is the time to try out the app. Because for the entire month of October, you can use it for free. Learn more about chance creation, but also about all the other aspects of FIFA with our lessons, courses, and also quizzes. Find the link in the video description or click on the icon in the top right corner to download it on your phone. Coming back to this video, I hope you liked it. If this was the case, we would highly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're interested in more content, you can subscribe, obviously also for free, and don't forget to activate the notifications. Thanks for your support, it helps us to keep going. Keep a clean sheet. I'm out.